welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get rolling, just got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, right in the Walmart Plaza. Make sure you stop in there, check them out. They got everything you're looking for: flour, pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, vapes, disposables, you name it, they got it. Also, check out my man Marty at Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com. 15% off site wide. Use promo code RGB for a limited time only. You got the promo code PUFF for buy one get one free on the polos. Make sure you check it out. TroubleOffTheTee.com. Also check out the book on Spotify, available in Audible. Make sure you take a listen to that as well. But tonight, bringing back a regular on the podcast, my man Michael from the Legends Golf Crew. What's up, man?
RGB, what's happening, man? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. And joining him tonight is Rob. What's up, Rob? Welcome to the podcast.
RGB, man. Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's talk about, you guys just had a big event on 420. Especially the Pitch Putt and Puff. We love 420. So let's talk about that event.
Yeah, right on. So we were down at our home course once again, Whispering Lakes in Ontario, and we had the Legends Bowl. And it was a fundraiser for Don Lugo High School here in Chino, California. We had 120 golfers. About 85% of them were Legends members. We had a couple foursomes from the high school. A couple of the sports teams, coaches and parents came out. We had about 13 vendors out there. Some of the people that have been on the podcast with you. Yep. My man, Black Custom Sticks. We had Tea Time Leather was out there, Big Kai. The Custom Rag, Omar, Kingsman's Golf. We had a 262. They had their shotgun out there blasting that ball like 400 yards.
I've seen that.
A couple new ones. My cousin Daniela, she's in the real estate. She's in the real estate venture. So her and one of her friends, Angie, were out there doing their thing, meeting people. Let's see who else. We had Hermanos Golf brand out there selling some hats and some sweaters. Let's see, who else am I missing?
Was Four Left Crew was out there, right? Was the
Athey, Audrey, TYTV actually was with them in their foursome, so that was the first time he was able to come out.
Nice.
Cali FX was out there giving out drinks and some of their products, and then my man Tony Avila, he has the Metalworks business where they build custom putter stands. They actually built the Whispering Lakes, the red, white, and red, white, blue little metal stakes. They made the new ones for them, so they were out there promoting some of their stuff. But yeah, man, it was another great day for Legends. Like I said, 120 golfers. We had the most important vendor that I forget to mention all the time is my man Chewy's Tacos. As soon as the round's over, everyone got to grub on some of the best tacos out here, man. He's been at probably 10 of our events. He's always requested from the people, and I forget to shout him out. So I want to give a big shout out to Chewy's Tacos. But yeah, we had a good day. Everyone had nothing but good times. One of the things that stuck out to me was my dad's not very much into golf. He's probably the farthest thing from a golfer.
Right.
But he has a golf cart. So I told him, hey, Pops, bring your golf cart out. He threw 2 subs on the back of that thing, playing some tunes. And he brought out his dad, my grandpa. So my dad and my grandpa were out there just cruising around, drinking all the beers, checking out what we do. And I think they had a good time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Especially, now you got them out there. Even if they're not playing golf, they're seeing the environment. They're just seeing everybody else out there having a good time. Now they just want to come cruise around, play some tunes. Everybody's probably enjoying them being there. That's awesome for sure.
Yeah, it was cool. Some of the guys were playing were just like, hey, who is that on the cart? I seen on Instagram a couple people were just recording them. Like, hey, man, that's my dad. He's out there having
That's awesome. So, Rob, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with Legends and how long you've been a member and such?
Yeah, man. Mike, this is my guy, man, since day one. I mean, we're childhood friends, so growing up, we were all just big sports guys, but how we got into the golf thing was a couple of friends would just go golfing every now and then. My pops, I go golf with my pops. He's a Legends member as well, so back in the day, we never really took golf too serious. Me and Mike would go just kind of mess around just because it was something to do. Then we just had friends coming along, and then Mike had the idea one day, was just like, hey, man, you know what? all his connections through sports and everything else. I think I got something going, Rob. I think we can get this done. And I think we kind of started our own crew. And I was like, you know what? I think we can do this. And next thing you know, man, it was 15 people. Then it was 20. Then it was 30. I mean, we're at 180 plus now. So kind of a thing that, I always tell Mike, you got to take some credit for that, man. Like this was a simple idea, just guys who like-minded guys who like to get out there, swing the sticks, just kind of go out, have some fun. And now we're at where we're at with 180 people, vendors, sponsors, podcasts, guys all the way back on the, so that notoriety, it's starting to show, it's kind of starting to grow. And yeah, man, it just literally started with an idea, with a text. He sent me a text, like, I think this is something we can do. And here we are now, man, and Legends is growing, and it's something to be proud of. And I'm kind of proud of it too. I'm a member, and I guess I could probably say I'm one of the starting members, and just one of those things where I see where we're going, and it's kind of sky's the limit right now. So the big tournament we just had, that was a great turnout. Shout out to all our Legends members that came out, and even the guys that weren't members. We heard them talking throughout the whole round, even after our round was over. Everything that we're doing, everything we're bringing together, you could tell that this is something that's good, and somebody and all these people, they're enjoying this, because again, it's not a show up in golf and head home. There's always some activity. There's something going. There's raffles. We're giving away merch. We rock our merch all the time because we're proud of that. That's something that we're proud of, and people see that, and it's kind of resonating throughout all of our members, and even some of the golf courses that we visit. I mean, I wore this hat one day, and the guy stopped me. He goes, "Hey, you guys are Legends Golf Club, right, in Inland Empire?" That was kind of a big thing for us, because now we know that we're branching out. And we're hitting that community, that golf community, and it's huge. Obviously, golf is something, a sport that's blowing up. The second you hashtag golf anything, we're gonna pop up, or anything is gonna pop up around local Inland Empire. So it's a really cool thing, cool movement.
It's awesome. And Thick Gabagool said the same thing pretty much about what you just said. Like, it's not once the tournament's over, the round's over, everybody gets in the car and go home. It's the atmosphere that keeps what people love, and the fact that you're giving back, and it's not all about, oh no, we're just trying to make money for ourselves. No, it's about giving back and not looking for any recognition or notoriety, just doing it out there, having fun like you would anyway. But now you got a reason to do something cool for the community and just blow it up even more, which is awesome.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And the cool thing about that with Legends is it's expanding a little bit. Going to be bringing it to the East Coast, doing a little collab. Legends New York, affiliated with the Pitch Putt and Puff. Michael, I really appreciate the opportunity with this, man. This is going to be really cool for New York, and especially upstate. We don't have any golf clubs up here or anything like that. So I think it's going to be to bring something different and another way to give back up here. It's just something different to do.
Yeah, I listen to the podcast all the time, and I see what you guys do out there. And when you and I talked a couple weeks ago about it, it was never a second guess. You're right down the lane that we do. Stuff that you talk about is things that we do. And when you and I put it together, like I said, I didn't think twice about it. So May 1st, this upcoming Wednesday, Legends of New York will be flying.
Yep,
keep your eyes, sir.
That's it. We're going to drop this. This is going to drop Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, your guys' time. But yeah, it's we're gonna do the first 25 members are free. After that, we're gonna do $30. What my plan is to do is some 2-man scrambles, 4-man scrambles, work in some blind draw events. I'll figure out all the details once we get some members rolled in, and we'll iron everything out from that point, and try to lock in some different events that you just don't see up here, because you don't see 2-man scramble events really up here. So that in itself could be something different, and going in there, different prizes. I already talked to some different people I've had on the podcast, and they're willing to donate prizes and stuff. So that angle of it's going to be not going to be too challenging for me. It's really just going to be slowly building the brand and building the memberships. So I already got the Pitch Putt and Puff guys. I talked to all those guys about it. They're 100% in, obviously. So there's 10 right there. So only 15 spots left.
My man Fairway, that number one spot. I want him to get that number one spot. Fairway Mike, baby.
Yeah, he's the legend. He was out there today. So the weather was supposed to be like 70 is what it said. But he obviously must not have checked, because it was about 55 and windy. So it was playing like 40. I had to pick him up today, and his kid had to borrow his car because his kid hit a deer the other night. But I pull up to the house and he's in shorts and a polo. I'm like, yo, Fairway, I know you're old school, man, and trying to be that tough guy. Hey, man, I'll be all right, man. I'll be all right. By the time the hey, man, you hear it all the time on the lives. He goes, yo, Rod, you got an extra pair of pants or like sweatpants in your car I could use, man? It's freezing out here. I'm like, I told you, bro. Go back in the house and get something. He didn't want to. But that's the guy, man. Fairway's the best.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. Like I said, you and I will work together, and I just put a new order in of a bunch of shirts and hats and more merchandise. So I'm going to make sure to get that out your way for the guys that you have out there. Just been super. I owe you some stuff as well, so I'm going to package it all together, make sure that gets out there to you. At this Legends Bowl tournament, I usually order like 50 hats at a time, and Rob lives closer to our print guy and picks them up. And 2 tournaments ago, I sold like 20. The next tournament, I sold like 25. While at the Legends Bowl, all 50 were gone like in 45 minutes. Yeah, they were just out. So yeah, I'm going to make sure I get you guys some stuff to get rolled out over there, and super excited for New York Legends, man. It's going to be a good thing.
And it's awesome. I mean, I could even we could just, call it the Upstate Legends, because New York being so big, we might be able to expand something. I have some ties to some golfers down in the city. So maybe we do like a New York City Legends, Long Island's. Like, there's different things you can do out of New York too. So there's different branches we can do off of it. But I'm honored, man. I really see what you're doing. And like I said, when I first seen it, I was like, oh, this is dope. Then when I get more talking to you more and finding out like how much you guys are really just trying to give back, and every single person that I talk to after their experience with you guys is like, yo, like Kai, my man Kai, Tea Time Leather, he hooked me up with a nice little it's a joint paper holder, and then he embroidered the Pitch Putt and Puff logo on there for me. I don't know if you could see it, but he hooked me up. He was like, yo, man, that event was awesome. He goes, I had way too much Fireball, but the event was lit. It was great though. He's like, I got to meet so many different people, and that's what it's really all about. It's just the networking. You're finding different people in the golf world doing different things. Like I've had, like you said, Paul from Custom Sticks. I've had him on here. Omar's hooked up me and my buddy Anthony from Upstate Golf Guys. Going to be doing some tiles for my local golf course. Like, just the connections we're making it's cool. It's great, and it's just going to keep expanding to where I think we can really do something with this Legends and have a Legends Texas and have a Legends, just really blow it up, man. What you're doing is so cool that I think a lot of more people would want to be involved in something like this. And if you can go big or go home, man, why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
That's for sure. So what's coming up next? I know you guys got some big things coming up here.
Yeah, so we just had the Legends Bowl. That was April 20th, and I forgot to mention earlier, we raised over $5,000 for the high school after everything was said.
Yeah.
And it's just like an eye-opener, So we're back in 2 weeks, May 11th, at our home course, Whispering Lakes again, and we're calling it the Legends Bowl 2. We just had the Legends Bowl 1. It was a great day, so we're rolling it to Legends Bowl 2. And this one, like I had mentioned before, is our member, Chris Hernandez. He coaches his son's baseball team, and they need a little help heading out to Vegas for a tournament. So he has about 6 foursomes with some dads and some parents, and then the rest are going to be Legends members. So we'll be out there May 11th at our home course, Whispering Lakes, once again, and just keep the ball rolling. And then after that, there's a city out here in California called Diamond Bar. They have a golf course there, but it's been closed down for about 2.5 years. And they just reopened. So we're going to be heading out there in July 14th, which is a Sunday. And then that one's going to be a 2-man scramble. So the tee sheet is already starting to fill up. And then the last thing is we have a Summer Madness, which is we're getting 32 members only. They're going to sign up. And what it is we're going to do a live blind draw for teams. And then once you get paired up with your team, it goes into a bracket play. There's a little buy-in. And then what we do is, there'll be 16 matches. You win your match, you move on. Losers out. So if you get to that championship match and you win, we got some dope Legends rings, and it's going to be a cash prize. And then what I want to do with this one is get some green jackets with the Legends logo on it, similar to like what the Masters does, just something fun for the guys. But we're actually in what we call March Madness right now. We did it first with 16 players. So it's in the final round. We have one more pairing that has to play this Saturday, and then there'll be 2 teams left, which will be the championship. So as soon as March Madness finishes, we're going to roll out Summer Madness starting June 1st. So those are kind of the 3 big things that we got on the schedule as of right now.
So with your little March Madness thing, you do that like off. They're not like done on a Legends tournament. That's like the guys just kind of go figure out when they can play a match and go out there in the week and play.
Correct. Rob could tell you a little bit more. He was in it. I'm still in it, thank God. But yeah, that's what we did. So pretty much you sign up, once we do our live draw, then the 4 players in the match will get in a group chat, schedule a match anywhere, play 18 holes, and then let me know who wins. But Rob might be able to tell you a little bit about his first round match.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Again, another way to connect with our members too, But again, the blind draw. I mean, obviously, guys can go out, go get some sharks. You know what I mean? And it kind of makes it, that uneven playing field. But the fact that we're all in that group together, we're all members, and we get that blind draw. Now it gives us an opportunity to meet some guys we never really met on a personal level, but now it evens that playing field, right? So that's where that fairness comes in, evens that playing field. Same thing, you get grouped up with a random stranger or with a random member, and you guys kind of go from there. You got to just pump each other up and say, all right, guys, hey, this now it's about the money. That's the kind of fun part about it too. Not just the whole fact that we're out there doing tournaments. Now we're doing actual, it's competitive now.
Right,
so that's
tournament.
Exactly. And it keeps it competitive, knowing the fact that there's money on the line. There's money on the line. You're now counting on your partner. Like, hey, I don't know you. I don't know your game. But the fact is like, I'm good at this. You're probably good at that. Let's bring our talents together and see how far we can go in this. So our first tournament, it was neck and neck the whole time. Randy was my guy. Shout out to my boy Randy. We played
Randy.
Yeah, Flat Tire Rick and Jesse. Yeah, those guys were guys, man. It was a good competition, and again, one day of playing 2 random strangers, knowing you're playing for money, knowing you're playing in a bracket play for the next advance, and unfortunately, we actually fell to Flat Tire Rick and Jesse, but it was a good time with those guys. The good thing is, again, it's guys that you would probably never, group with or anything like that. But now I know who they are. Now I know what their game's like, and it was a fun time. It was a fun experience, and I know they went on. I know Mike's moving on as well. So that's the cool thing, is knowing that tournament bracket play, it makes it competitive. But at the same time, again, it's bringing all of us together too, because now that we're in that first round of championship, like Mike said, we're already going on to our second Summer Madness, just because how big it got, just for people hearing like, hey, I want to get in on that.
Right.
I want a chance to get a ring. I want a chance to get a jacket and get some cash, So there's nothing like doing that. So I think that bracket play is going to be a big thing for Legends moving forward. And then again, maybe on the East Coast, that's something you guys can throw in over there. I'm sure it's going to bring a lot of attention to, the golfers out there.
That's why I asked, because I was thinking about like, all right, how can I work something like that? And because especially even with guys who are just members at my local course, there's a group of guys. So what I do is like the 8 to 12 man thing on the Sundays. I don't know if you told Rob at all, but I do a blind draw. Everybody plays the round. We do the blind draw at the end. That's the teams. We pick the cards. Boom. They take the cash. This year we just started throwing in skins for the front 9, back 9. So because there's times like my man JR, he shot like a 79 the other day and got paired up with the dude who shot like a 107 or something. So he's out automatically, So he gets cooked on that end. But he had 2 birdies in the front, so he got the skin. So at least he got to keep some of his money. As he deserves to. He played a great round, so it's kind of a kick in the balls when you get paired up with the guy shooting in the hundreds. Fairway Mike was one of those guys the other week. He shot a 1. My man hasn't shot over 100, and I couldn't tell you how long, but he put up like a 115. I think he kind of quit halfway through and just started drinking and smoking and said, fuck it. But that's fairway. But yeah, I think just with the guy, there's a group in front of me with about 24 guys. It's an older group of guys, and they do their own little gambling thing. But I think if I said something to the extent of, you guys play a match on that week and we'll do like a bracket style, I think that's something they would for sure be interested in, and then give them the ideas to what we're doing and turn that part of it into just make those guys part of the Legends crew as well. It's kind of where I'm thinking about going with it already. So just got to talk to some of those guys who are in my Friday night league. I think they would be interested in jumping on. It's just a matter of making sure the course has the available afternoon tee times for me on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon with tournaments and shit. With other tournaments already, with the schools do tournaments and all that other shit.
Right on.
But yeah, really appreciate you guys taking the time tonight. Once again, Michael, I really appreciate this opportunity. I think it's going to be a slow roll to get it going, but once I do get it going and the interest, people see what's happening. Same thing, kind of what you did. People see what's happening, man, and they want to get on board. Now, how many guys, like when you guys do these events, and like you said for the baseball tournament coming up, you got some coaches playing and shit. How many of those guys are like once they go to that event, they're like, okay, how do I sign up? I want to do this again. You get a lot of that feedback off of just random people coming into them.
Yeah, you know what? So like we were talking about last time. So what I do for the Legends tournaments is all the Legends members will pay a price, and then non-members pay a little bit higher, a little bit more. But with that entry fee, that now makes them a member. So anyone that played at the Legends Bowl that weren't members are now members. They paid the high fee. As long as I get their email address, now they're a Legends member, and they'll always get the lower rate moving forward. So pretty much that takes care of two birds with one stone. I don't have to answer too many questions. Just let them know, hey, you're a non-member right now. Write down your email. From now on, you'll get the emails and you're a Legends member. So that's pretty much how I take care of that. And yeah, like I said, there was only probably about 16 non-member players, which they're all members now. So that's how I take care of that, on that end.
Yeah, I seen the other day you just posted up like 180 something. I'm like, damn, so those dudes just keep, every time I check, there's like plus 10. I'm like, damn, they just keep going.
Yeah, man, cool.
Keep going.
When we were down at Dos Lagos for the Mecca, we had, which I forgot to mention, was Tee Up Pics, Omar's buddy. They were out there taking pictures, and then a foursome rolled up. Me and Robert in the last group, and then a foursome rolled up behind us, and one of the guys is like, hey, who are you guys? What is this Legend stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Well, then fast forward, last night, I get an Instagram DM, and it was that dude, Tom, which I met out there. He's like, I'm ready. I see what you guys are doing. Let me know what I need to do to get in. So he ended up joining, and he lives probably like 15 minutes from me. So, just eyes are seeing what we're doing and catching the vibe of what we got going on, and, they're starting to pile in. So it's good.
Yeah. And let's do it on the East Coast, man, for sure. I really think a golf club up here is something that people at first are going to be skeptical, like, what the hell are you talking about? But once I start putting some events together and getting some local vendors involved, I think I could do some things with it for sure. I got a guy out in Syracuse. Don't get greedy. He's about an hour and a half, 2 hours out from me, from where he is. So I know he'd be willing to pop out, play some golf, pop up a tent, sell some merch, that kind of thing. So work a few different angles. I'm thinking of some shit, man. I'm brainstorming over here.
Yeah, but that's what about it is. It's just an idea, and you could do whatever you want with it. Whatever comes in your head. If you think it's good, just roll it out. See what happens from there.
Absolutely. So, Rob, I usually like to. I'm picking up a little kickback.
Still?
No, I think we're good. No, I am. What I like to do is, since you're Michael's answered these questions a couple times already, I'll ask you the 3 questions of the night. What's your favorite club in the bag?
Man, I gotta go with the 8-iron, man. I play with some TaylorMade burners, and I'm normally pretty good with the lower irons, anything 140 and in. But that 8-iron, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like molded to me. So anytime I get something 160, I kind of do the whole handstand. Like, here we go, time to throw a dart, So yeah, I gotta go with the 8-iron, man. That's probably my pure wedge right there.
Okay, that's my man Fairway Mike's favorite club as well. He's been bumping and running that thing. I'm trying to get him. He's been hitting a lot of shots close to the green, and I'm trying to get him to use like a 56, 52, something, just to kind of, actually chip it up there. But he's like, no, this 8-iron. He'll just sit there and tap the 8-iron, and from anywhere on the course, the guy will hit his 8-iron.
Oh, okay. So he's smooth with it like that. Nah, man. As soon as I get that 8-iron, as soon as I get that distance and I know it's the 8-iron time, I just kind of feel dialed in with that one. That one's kind of like my Superman club. Anything else, I might be kryptonite on the course, but it just depends on how the round's going.
Yep. What's your favorite course that you've ever played?
Ever played? For those out here in an Empire, it's probably got to be Goose Creek, man. It's just a beautiful course. Really tough to get on. I know they do bookings like 21 days in advance. I think I just called recently because my birthday not too long ago, I got a gift card to go play. So I was like, all right, let me call them up. I called last week, and the guy told me, he's like, yeah, I'm already making bookings for May 14th. And I called last week, and I was like, whoa, like, okay. So it's just a real nice course, and I live in Harupa Valley, which is not too far from Mike. I live here in Chino, where we grew up. It's not too far, but where we're at, there's a couple of nice courses. But Goose Creek, it's a really nice course. You get a chance, look it up. Yeah, it's just beautiful layout, kind of friendly, but at the same time very challenging as well. Kind of narrow fairways, but it's just well upkept in a nice part of the IE. So yeah, Goose Creek, probably my favorite.
All right. And then your season's a little bit different than mine because you guys can play 365. What's one thing you want to improve on this year?
If me, probably just being consistent all around. Short game. I feel like sometimes I'm dialed in with the driver, but then fall apart when it comes to the second shot, or I put myself in great position when I'm 80 yards out, even 40 yards out, pull out a 56 degree, and I just crumble, blade it, chunk it, something. So just kind of being all well-rounded, through the whole match. It's kind of my goal, because if I can get dialed in on one and I can get dialed in on the other, I'll start seeing that score just drop lower and lower. So probably just being well-rounded.
Mm-hmm. That's it for me. My trouble is getting off the tee. I've been putting lights out so far this year, but I've missed some putts that, like my rounds, I'm a mid 80s golfer. I've been shooting low 80s, trying to crack this break 80. I've broken 80 3 times my whole life, and I've been flirting with 81s, 82 so far this year, and it's literally I go back and look and I missed the 8-inch par putt, and we don't do any gimmies. You're putting pars and birdies automatically. You're putting. It doesn't matter how close you are. That's just the way we do it. But I've missed like, I don't know, 8-inch ones, like a straight ahead uphill 2-footer where I shouldn't be missing. And I go back and I look and I'm like, all right, 82. That should be a 80, 79, 80. There's somewhere, it's just stupid shots that. But this early in the year for me, I'm only 2-3 weeks in. So if I continue this going in, once this weather warms up, the ball's been flying off the club. Great for me with my mid game and such. But I got to get off the tee clean, man. I just got it. That's my trouble. I always find myself in the rough somewhere and looking at the pin. Got to go up. I always got to go up the club because of how buried I am in the rough. And I hate that.
Tell me about it.
That shit.
Yeah, that's like my third shot. Again, I'll have a great drive. Me and Mike played back 9 just the other day, and it's rare he throws that comment out, but he was like, Rob, that driver is just dialed in, bro. You just money with it. Come to a second shot, shank left, shank right, chunk, blade. And again, then right we got on the card, it's like that one shot will cost you 2 strokes, and it's just reality of it. So if I can kind of get consistent with that, and then hopefully I'll be like you, man. I'd be in the high 80s, mid 80s, and that'd be nice,
Right. That's the thing too. Like if I was just consistently missing the same way with the club, I would figure, okay, I'll make a little adjustment. I aim a little bit more this way at this point just to get it to where I want it to go, and I'll figure it out on the range one day. But it's some days I'm hitting it left, some days I'm shanking it right. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? So there's no consistency to my failures either. So it drives me nuts. But that's why we keep playing, man. That's why we keep going back out there and trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the game, man. That's why we're always trying to play, man. Trying to get that perfection in.
No doubt. But once again, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Everybody, check out the Legends New York. Going to be on Instagram. Like, what is the title for it?
I'm gonna finish that up tonight, and then I'll send you the link with everything. So me and you could talk after a little bit and see what we want to go with as far as the headline and the name.
Okay.
But May 1st, look for it. We're going to be out there. All you golfers in New York, be ready because we're coming.
Hell yeah. Appreciate your time. Where can they find you guys?
Yeah, just you can look on Instagram, Legends Golf Crew. It's on Instagram, Legends Golf Crew. Has all of our pictures, videos, images, all of our info and details all on Instagram. So go on there, take a look, see what you got. And then if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot us a DM.
Yeah,
Awesome.
real quick shout out to, we got some new footage coming out. I want to shout out my boy Quay Potts, another avid golfer, local golfer. Guy does great work with the camera. And again, you'll probably see some new videos coming out of Legends. I want to shout my man Q. So thank him for that.
Awesome. Rob, I appreciate you taking the time tonight. Michael as well. Everybody, May 1st, official Legends New York. Tune in. Appreciate everybody taking the time. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube. Also, make sure you check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road, as well as my man Marty at Trouble Off the Tee. Promo code RGB for 15% off site wide, and promo code PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos. Talk to y'all soon. Later.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.